Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. For this week's reading, I am using the Elemental Wisdom Tarot, and this is a deck by Taroteca Studio. All right. So I just want to take a moment to welcome you. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, if you watched my readings before, welcome back. And I'm just really excited to see what cards are going to come up for us. My intention this week with the readings, I can hear my cat making a bunch of noise in the other room. I feel like it's just a matter of time before she comes and says hello. Here she is. Hey, girl. Hey. Hello, Henry. So my intention with this reading is to get some ideas, some insights into the energies and direction of the week ahead, how we can kind of make the most of things. All right, so let's dive in. Let's start with the first card. This is for the beginning of the week. So this is for Monday and Tuesday. And here we have the Page of Swords. Now the Page of Swords, I always think of this guy as kind of a tortured soul. And sometimes he can come up in a reading if we're really struggling with like mental health or struggling with feeling focused, or if your mindset is just not in a great place right now. Sometimes the Page of Swords can represent that. So the beginning of the week, you might find yourself feeling a little bit overwhelmed, maybe having a hard time focusing on one particular thing, or feeling kind of melancholy, like just feeling sort of pessimistic and a little bit melancholy. That's the vibe I get. I mean, just look at this guy, look at his face. You can tell he's kind of, I don't want to say he's emoting, but he has this sort of like melancholy kind of look. So that's something to look out for at the beginning of the week. And if we kind of are expecting that and we're prepared for that, it's easier to provide some supports for ourselves, to kind of plan ahead that maybe the beginning of the week we might, start off the week not feeling as optimistic and as positive and focused as we want to feel. We might feel kind of, I want to say, this card makes me think of brain fog, and just look at his surroundings. There's like clouds and stuff all in the background. So this can represent feeling kind of fuzzy-headed, kind of foggy-headed, having that brain fog, and really struggling to pierce through that fog and get a sense of clarity and forward direction. So that's the beginning of the week. Let's have a look at midweek. So Wednesday, Thursday-ish. Okay. The Hierophant. So here we have a shift in energy. The Page of Swords is young, he's inexperienced, and he's kind of struggling. Whereas the Hierophant, this is someone who has experience and some wisdom and is more confident than the Page of Swords. The Hierophant provides a clear answer to this conundrum that we face at the beginning of the week. So if you're struggling with brain fog, if you're struggling with feeling focused or optimistic or energized, like mentally energized, the Hierophant actually is giving us some really helpful info and advice as to how we can counteract that. So the Hierophant, and I'll just kind of go off on a little bit of a tangent here and say the traditional interpretation of the Hierophant is that the Hierophant represents institutions. So think of like religious institutions, the institution of marriage, church, state, the military, education, like those kinds of things. And a lot of people don't like this card because they feel like it is this sort of top-down hierarchy, and it kind of is. But the beautiful thing about the Hierophant is that it represents a sort of tried and true system. And if we're struggling with like the Page of Swords stuff, if we're struggling with motivation or clarity, having some kind of a structure or a system or some sort of a plan that will take us step by step is actually going to be really beneficial and really, really helpful. Like I will say, like the times in my life where I've been drawn to, sign up for a class or enroll in a college course or something like that. It's been times where I've kind of been struggling and I don't know what else to do with myself, and I'm looking for that sense of structure. So that's kind of what the Hierophant is all about. Okay, so midweek, having some sort of system or structure is going to be really helpful. It will give us a clear path forward. And I'm just looking at this card to see if there's anything else I'm not picking up on. The other thing with the Hierophant, he represents like a teacher or a guide, someone who's been there before, who has experience. So again, I think midweek, this is an okay time to seek the advice of someone who might be older or wiser or more experienced than us. Let's have a look at the end of the week. Yay! Ace of Coins. I love this card. I love a good ace. So we have the Ace of Coins or Ace of Pentacles for the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And what I love about the Ace of Coins is, again, it shows a shift in energy. So we have the kind of confusion and the fuzziness of the Page of Swords at the beginning of the week that gives way to the structure and the order and the wisdom of the Hierophant midweek. And then that leads to the Ace of Coins. And the Ace of Coins is all about turning over a new leaf, starting on a new path, and noticing, what kinds of opportunities are presenting themselves to you. And yeah, I was going to say something else then I forgot. So yeah, Ace of Coins is about starting something fresh, starting a new thing, starting a new project. And it does feel like a shift happens this week. And then by the time we get to the end of the week, it's like we have a fresh idea, a fresh perspective, and it's like we're born new again. So that's what I love about the Ace of Coins. There's lots of flowers blooming here. There is this feeling of like blooming, blossoming, unfolding, opening, awakening. So there's a beautiful expansive quality to the Ace of Coins that the other two cards don't have. I would say the other two cards are a little dull when I compare them to the Ace of Coins, just visually. And to me, both of these cards are kind of cards of sort of struggling a little bit to kind of find your way and figure things out. But then when we get to the Ace of Coins, there is a shift. So many of us might find this, we might sense a shift, a feeling as we get towards the end of the week. We may feel that things just start to kind of change a little bit. Different avenues might open up, where before maybe all you saw was brick walls. Now you're starting to see some doorways and some gateways and some passages, some possibilities, some solutions. So that's really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom out. And my boy Henry is, hey, little guy. Yeah, I'm just going to zoom out here and look at all the cards together and just looking for some different themes, different symbols. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that emerges. So just bear with me. I'm just gonna stop talking for a minute and just be quiet for a moment. what I'm noticing is the hand placement. So in the Page of Swords, his hand placement is kind of over his solar plexus chakra. And then the Hierophant, his other hand is kind of over this same region. And then when we have the Ace of Coins, it almost looks like a chakra, and it's in the same sort of vicinity. I feel like this area of the body and the solar plexus chakra is associated with willpower and being able to basically do what you set out to do. If you say you're going to do something and you want to do something, being able to then take action and carry things out. That is kind of what willpower basically is in a nutshell. And I feel like that might be the biggest theme or challenge that we face this week, is one of will. And with the Page of Swords, I feel like it's like we are struggling to get clear on what it actually is that we want to do, what's important, what do we want to focus on. And then the Hierophant will sort of give us more of a plan of how to carry things out. And then by the time we get to the end of the week, I feel like we've achieved that sense of clarity. And you might find, as we get to the end of the week, you might find it easier to create things, easier to make changes, easier to do the things you say you want to do. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced when you want to do something or you want to make a certain change and you say you want to do it and you know you want to do it, but despite that, you're having a really hard time taking action, or you do take action, but it doesn't really get you anywhere. End of the week, things start to shift in this regard. So that feels really good. Okay. So I'm going to wrap things up here, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. My name's Kate. I'm also known as the Daily Tarot Girl, and if you're interested in learning tarot, check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com, or check out the rest of this YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and leave me a comment if you feel called to. I've got tons of really fun tarot learning videos on here for you to check out, so make sure you check those out. And yeah, I want to say thanks for watching, and have a good week.